Hey guys, so my name is Luis Arriaga and welcome to my very first YouTube video. This is a little bit nerve-wracking because I don't always talk in front of a camera, but I am trying my best. But overall, guys, like I said, my name is Luis Arriaga. I am the Solo Ghostwriter. This is the brand that I'm going to be going with. And essentially why I created this channel was to help aspiring ghostwriters or people who are ghostwriters but want to know a little bit different tips and tricks. I will be doing all that on this channel. Apart from that, I will also be doing vlogs because I do actually work a 9-to-5 job, but I also want to show my whole journey to become a successful ghostwriter, because overall this space, as lucrative as it does sound, it is very hard, guys. It truly is very hard. My experience with ghostwriting has been far from easy, honestly. I have, group mates that I do meet up with from time to time. Particularly, I meet up with one quite frequently, but overall, it's we talk about it, we vent to each other, and it's just has not been an easy journey. So essentially, this video in particular, I wanted to do a PGA review because I am in this program. This is what exposed me to ghostwriting, and the creators of this program was Nicolas and Dickie. And the only reason I got exposed to ghostwriting was through this video by this creator, YouTube creator called Ali Abdal, where about a year ago in October, he had an interview with Nicolas, and that's how I got exposed into ghostwriting. And I'll be honest, before I joined the PGA program, I was really looking for different types of sources to see if this program was worth taking, worth buying, worth enrolling. And I only found, like, I think one or two Reddit posts that talked about it. And it just really wasn't enough data points for me to really make my decision. Essentially, what I ended up doing was, just went for it, man, bought the course, and I just try to make the most out of it. And overall, I gotta say, after being in this program for a year, yes, I think I have finally, gathered up some good amount of positive points, but also some negative points. And that is what I'm going to be talking about in this video. And I decided to break this video down into 10 different sections, this being one of the 10. And like I said, guys, I'm just going to be doing in this video, giving you an introduction of what PGA, because essentially at the time when I was going to sign up for this program, I was actually looking through Reddit, through YouTube, through Twitter about reviews about this program, because there was like no like set prices out there that showed you or told you how much was PGA or how good was PGA. I only think I found like one or two Reddit posts, and that's what really I had to go off by. The rest I had to just, go out there and find out for myself, bet on myself, and that's essentially what I did. I bet on myself. Yeah, let's start off with point number one. I wrote this on a list, but overall, just bear with me. So first of all, what is PGA? Well, PGA actually stands for Premium Ghostwriting Academy, and essentially the creators, like I said, is Dickie and Nicolas. They created this whole program, I think about 2 years ago, 2.5 from what I remember. Can't really give you guys the specific details about it, but the whole point of this is that they created this course is really just to help people become ghostwriters, to create side hustles, to people who are aiming to have financial freedom. And that is what really got me. Is I want to be financially free. I do not want to worry about my bills. I do not want to worry about being in debt, right, and all that sort of stuff. And it's really what got me. I also wanted to work from home. I also, actually, me and my family, we want to live in Spain, but still, it's very hard right now to do all and this is what helps it, right? This is one aspect that will unlock that dream, that reality, and that is what got me into ghostwriting. And they overall, Dickie and Nicolas, they help these ghostwriters. They kind of use those pain points to try to rear you in, and I'll be honest on that. But overall, guys, that is what PGA stands for. Now, let's jump straight into the course structure, because the course structure is actually divided into 9 different modules, and each of those modules have actually homework, at the end of them. The good thing about the homework is that you don't necessarily need to do the homework in, in a timely manner. Like, this can all be done, you know, at your own time, at your own pace. Like, face it, like for me, I have a 9 to 5 job, and I also have kids, you know, my family. I have to attend to them, right? So I can't always do it all in one sitting. There are people who actually do even go through this course in about a week, 2 weeks. For me, it took me about 2 to 3 weeks. At the time when I did it, right? But overall, yeah, you can pace yourself as much as you want. Some people, there are people who actually take it from month to month. I don't know, but I have seen a couple of people who do actually take quite their own time. So that is cool on that front. There is also, on top of it all, they have also live clinics where if you have help, you need help, right? You having pain points like technical issues, or don't know or don't understand about some, you know, certain aspects of the course, right? These live sessions or live clinics are made essentially to help you, to help solve those problems. There are going to be PGA staff members that are going to help you, and they're going to give you all the feedback or all the tips and tricks that you can use, so that way you can get, you know, get going, get your outreach and or whatever you need to do, get it going. Because like I said, once you really start to make this whole thing come together, you just want to make the most out of your time. And that is something that I see that a lot of people do need help, and these live sessions are really nice. And on top of this, there is also hot seats where you actually get to see the creators, you know, of the program, that being either Dickie Bush or Nicolas Cole, where they will go on a Zoom call, and these calls are actually for an hour. But overall, like I said, Dickie or Nicolas Cole, they go on these hot seats, and they actually focus on a lesson about, you know, whatever the pain point is for the majority of the group who joins. Or they actually bring in live cases, like people who actually succeeded in the program, and they bring them on to interview them, ask them questions, how they did it, how's it, you know, how's it going currently. And they give you all the numbers, they give you literally, they go deep into these, and it's really motivating on that sense. So that is another part of what's being included into this course. And then also, guys, you have also access to all the pre-recorded stuff that they did in the past, or you know, past lessons, because they do update the modules from time to time, and you have access to all that. So that's a very big plus to being, you know, or a big plus of how this whole structure is made. Now, the content quality, overall, I would say the content quality is pretty up to date. Yes, there's going to be times where things could probably be a little bit outdated, but for the most part, it's not the end of the world. A lot of it is just, you know, you want to get the gist of it, and you want to apply whatever you learned, those skills in each of those modules, right? You want to apply it and get better. And that's essentially what it is. It's not really like outdated stuff. And then, just even then, when you have access to these live sessions or these hot seats, right? They're really up to date. They're telling you what's going on. So there's really nothing to complain in terms of the content quality, in terms of that aspect. So that's a very big plus. And then in terms of how they teach us, right? They're going to obviously teach us what's, you know, happening during those times or those moments, right? But overall, guys, that is the content quality. And then now moving on to practical application of things. Well, I gotta say, I've had, you know, I'll provide you guys some examples, because when it comes to whatever you learn in those lessons and being able to put them in practical modes, I think it does really good job, I would say. Like, for example, one example that I can actually say is what I learned in the course and did it in real time was repositioning myself as a ghostwriter, because they teach you the difference of a freelancer and a premium ghostwriter. And not only do they teach you the whys of why it's important to reposition, but also they help you mentally to change that mindset, right? From being a freelancer to becoming a premium, why you deserve to be paid top dollar compared to just a freelancer who's just going to beg for, or not beg, but like ask for whatever money comes their way. And that's, they do that. They really help you reposition yourself. So I think that's a very big plus on that one. Another example that I can say is being able to create a landing page, how to set that up, how to get your own domain. I think that is all very nice to, or something nice to learn, honestly, because before that I didn't know any of that, and now I know how to do that, and I did it for myself. And whenever I do outreach to a client or a possible lead, right, I have that in my portfolio. I have that in my bag that I can take out and show that, hey, I did this. If you want something like this, right, this is an example that maybe you can have, or we can do something a little bit different, right? Or the copyright, whatever it is, right? So that is another example that I learned from the module and applied to real time. And a third example I would say is being able to outreach on different platforms, how to outreach, how to go about outreaching, how to find leads, and all. It's such a skilled game in terms of outreaching. But overall, guys, like, that is the practical side of things. I think this course does a really good job on that, getting you out of your feet and applying the methods that you learn in the modules and applying them in real time. They really just throw you out into the real world as your homework. So that'll be the practical application of things. Now, when it comes to the instructor interactions, that's where I have a bit of an issue, because this opinion is going to differ from different PGA members, but I will be talking specifically for me. When it comes to the interaction with the staff members, I would say you can pretty much get access to a bunch of the PGA staff, but they're going to lag, and it's understandable. Like, this course is continuing to grow, but overall, you can get access to that. And even in the live clinics, you can talk and get help. That's how I've been able to get help. But you're not going to get help from like Dickie Bush or Nicolas. Like, they're doing their own thing. They have their own life going, and which is kind of a bummer, but it is what it is, right? And also on top of that, you can DM personal staff like directly to these PGA members, and that's where I have a bit of an issue, because I've tried to do that like twice, and both times they pretty much told me that I had to finish the whole course and do all the homeworks. And I have done all the homeworks, but there's parts of the homework where you need to like the outreach, you have to finish all the outreaching, and you have to do not only cold, but you have to do warm, and I don't have access to a lot of warm outreach, and that, that stumbles me. And they don't want to help me until I've exercised all that, which is really annoying. And to me, I just stopped asking. I rather just go on the live clinics and ask, or go on the hot seats and maybe type in a question, and hopefully Nicolas or Dickie, whoever is on at the time, they can just answer my question that way. But overall, that is kind of like the downside when it comes to those instructor interactions. Now, when it comes to the community and networking, community is really neat. I think it's the biggest plus of this whole program, is having access to that community, being able to make friends. And if you obviously do make friends and you guys do stick it out, and you guys, you have that connection, you build that network. And even on top of that, since the course is built on School and Slack, sorry if I didn't mention that, but they're both on those apps, right, where the course is held on School, and all the outside like community stuff is essentially more on the Slack side of things. And they have different channels, right, and that's where you can essentially talk to your community, to the community, right, different members. But a part of a very neat thing, I would say, is that you have access to job opportunities. Like, there's different members in the community, not necessarily PGA members, staff members, but actual like people in the community that actually hook you up to jobs. Like, if they don't know about a certain niche, but they're getting a possible lead that wants help in X and X, like, and they don't know anything about that niche, they literally put these job opportunities in that job opportunity channel, and other people can come in, pick up those types of gigs and grow that way. Like to me, that's like a very big plus. Like that can be life changing if you like get to know the guy or the person who's offering that job, right? And all that is like, it's really cool. Like that, the networking on that and the community is really cool. I would say it's pretty unique. I haven't seen that type of like community and networking for myself like in other programs, but for me that is a very big plus. So I think you're really getting a good like community if you guys do join. But now, guys, when it comes to the pros and the cons, and I wrote this down all on my side, um, I would say starting off with the pros, like I said, like I just talked about, having access to that community is a very big plus. I think you need it. For me personally, not only because I have, connections or can build more, network opportunities, but also the friends that I've made in through this PGA program. I'm very close to two others in this program. And we still talk to today. And I think had I not made friends, I think I would not have made it this far in the PGA, career path, because guys, like this whole year, like it's been so tough, not only learning, not only balancing ghostwriting, but like just having to be rejected all the time when I'm doing my outreach. Like it's very sad, depressed, I guess you would say. I don't know the proper word, but downgrading maybe. But overall, like, yeah, had I not had like friends in this program that we bump each other up, you tell each other, we can do this, we just have to have patience. Or maybe like if there's something that we're stuck on, we give each other, details or insights. Like without them, I probably wouldn't have made it this far. So that's something that I'm really grateful, is the community. So that's a very big pro. Another big pro I would say is the hot seats, because sometimes, even despite having, friends, like hearing from other people and their insights, how they grew, because like some of these hot seats sometimes do have like people, having success stories and how they grew to become a successful ghostwriter. Like it's very nice to hear. It's fresh. You get to see that you're not the only one struggling. And it's never like that, right? Sometimes it's easy to say like, oh, I'm the only one suffering, but that's not the case. Like other people went through the same things that you went through, and the only difference is they stuck it out and they kept going. And that is just something that even me and other aspiring ghostwriters should follow, right? Like it was always going to be tough. You just have to stick it out. So that is another plus, is those hot seats, being able to have access to those type of live cases. Another one is the homework. I feel like the homework, since it's based more on doing it in real time, I think that's such a big plus, just for the fact that it pushes you to get out of your skin, man, to not be comfortable. Like it's always going to make you feel uncomfortable. And that's what's cool about it, is that you get to be pushed out of your skin and you keep growing as a person. Like that's, to me, that says it all, for that. And then on another one I would say is that you have access to the course for the rest of your life, not only for future content, right, but also pre-recorded. Any updates they do on this program, you will always have access to it. So that's, I think, a very big pro. And also, the icing on the cake, I would say, having these live clinics, where if you have different pain points, you can join these live clinics and they will help you to the best of their ability. And I think that's just really cool to have in this course. So you can't go wrong when it comes to those types of pros. But now when it comes to the con side, I would say that just not being, like I mentioned earlier, not being able to really interact with the staff members on a one-to-one basis, I think it's a con for me. I just feel like it would be nice to hear a little bit more direct, maybe not try to like put so many obstacles to kind of earn your way. Like I understand what they're trying to do, but at the same time, different people are different and they need help for different reasons. So it's kind of, I don't know, bias, I don't, whatever you want to say, but that's just my thought on that. A second one was the price of this course. To me, in the beginning, when I was doing it, when they dropped the price, man, I was about to say no, like truly, because it's really expensive. Because at the time when I got it, it was 6,800. And I'll be very honest, I don't know what the price of it is now. It possibly could have gone up, but when they dropped the price, I did not want to pay that much because I don't know. I don't know what's coming in the course. Even though they lay it out, you never know. And you hear all these stories about these people where they have expensive courses, they take it and they don't live up to the price. And this was definitely one of those, those types of situations. But I took the risk, I did it, and I would say, yeah, that the price to me is a con, but I can understand it. You can make a debate that it's not really a con, um, but maybe once I have a better success story for myself, that maybe I'll change my opinion. But that is a con for me. Another one was just the amount of good content that they do have. Sometimes, even though they do have like great content quality, I just felt like sometimes there are things that they could have broke down a little bit better, and that was not the case for some of the modules. But it is what it is, right? They will keep updating it, so that's a big plus. That's what you're paying for, right? So overall, I would say, for now, I would say that would be a con. Lastly would be how much they emphasize on EECs, which are educational email courses, which is a service that ghostwriters provide. But that to me was a big con because there are different services that ghostwriters do, but they just focused on one. And when you're paying for that price, I would expect them to go in depth for different services that ghostwriters provide, how to get better at them, what to look out for, what are pain points. Like those for me, I think for the price that you're paying would be nice. Like I said, even though the price is a big, for me was a con. I guess the plus side is that they will continue to keep updating this program. So that is that really ties into the next point, which is the value for money on this. I think for when you really think about it, it's 50-50. Like if I don't know, different people will have different opinions. For me, I haven't had the success that other ghostwriters have had yet. It's unfortunate, but it is what it is because, like I said, guys, it's very hard to outreach and to land a client. It is not easy. Like I just recently broke the barrier of just getting a possible lead to just respond to me, and for me that took forever. It was so hard. It was like science, but I finally figured that out. Now my next obstacle that I have to break is just being able to convert, and it's a very hard obstacle. But for now, it is one step at a time. Everyone has their different stories, their different pace. So but overall, I guess I can say like the value for the money is not that bad in the long scheme of things. It's not bad. Just take advantage of it. Really work for it. Like if you're going to, and this is going to tie into my last point, which is my final thoughts and recommendations. Is my final thoughts are, overall the course is pretty well built. They have lots of members to get help from. You have access to past recordings. Like there's a lot of big pluses when it comes to this course. So the value for the money and my final thoughts on it is just, it's not bad. Like it's worth it, I would say, in the grand scheme of things. But that's only if you know that you want to turn your life around. That's only if you know that you're going to want this, right? You want this, you want to have financial freedom. Like that's if, but if you're not all that serious, you're on the line, borderline, and or you're a person who kind of switches from different thing from this different thing, then I would say don't jump into it yet until you know 100% what you want from your life really. Then I would say take the course and take that risk. But if you're not ready, or like for what I just said, I would say don't take it, wait for sure until you are sure. But that's are my final thoughts. Some recommendations I would say, even if you don't take the course, but even if you do take the course, I would say something that's not really talked about is being able to take on free work, because free work for me, and they've said it a couple of times, but if you do free work, it eliminates the friction of possibly having a client, right? Like having a free or doing free work really just shows dedication to the possible client. It shows that you're willing to put in the work despite not getting anything from it. And the cool thing about it is, even then, the most you can ask for is getting a testimonial or getting a referral, and that can scale your business. And that's more tips, right? But like I said, that's stuff that you can do, and all that comes from doing free work. So that is my recommendation. Whether you take this course or not, do free work. I think it's a big plus. There are going to be people who don't want you to do free work for them, but it's always good to just try to throw that in there, that you'll do it for free, nothing, free of charge. And only thing maybe you can ask for is just for a testimonial, really. But like I said, I will talk about these types of things deeply in different videos. Let me know what you guys think of this PGA review. If you are a PGA member, feel free to drop in your thoughts of this, what your thoughts are on this course. Like, I would really like to know your experience. But overall, guys, like I said, I hope this was helpful. I know it would be helpful for me at the time, because when, like I said, before, when I was trying to join this course, I was trying to look for something like this and it was never out there. So hopefully this does serve someone who is trying to join this course or is thinking about it, does serve them good. But with that being said, guys, I hope you guys do enjoy this video. And with that being said, peace out. See you on the next one.